Hey, it's Cody. I am here with an emergency deck unboxing. I'd like to apologize for the lighting. I hurried through things that I had to do, and I have lost natural light, so this is not going to be the best lighting, but I'm too fucking excited. Too fucking excited. What I have in this thing that I have already opened the packaging, this is I'm not sure if this is a prototype, or if it is like just an early copy. So this is a deck that has not even hit Kickstarter yet. Aww. Okay, so this is an advanced copy of a deck called the Local Honey Picture Box, an Oracle deck and self-love toolkit by Emily Wilcox. Now, get this out of here. This deck will be hitting Kickstarter, I believe, July 29th. And it will run through, I don't know if it runs through September 1st or if it ends like July or August, 31st, 30th, whatever the fuck, okay? You know what I'm saying. All right, so I did not purchase this deck with my own money. This was sent to me for review. And I am so excited about this deck. The creator of this deck, Emily Wilcox, also lives in the state of Colorado in the US, like me. She literally put this deck in the mailbox yesterday, and it got to me today. If I had known quite how close she was, I probably could have just, like, met somewhere neutral and gotten it without having to worry about shipping. But, okay, so. Alright, all of that shit aside. Sorry. This is my altar and my little sunflower altar cloth, but I don't know if it's actually the best. Got a nice hard box here. I believe I showed you the back. UrsavioletStudios.com. I will put a link to the Kickstarter page if it's up. If the Kickstarter page is not ready at the time that this video goes up, as soon as it is, I will add the link. And then also to the UrsavioletStudios.com. Here we have our guidebook. Let's just dump everything here. Nicely put the box away. I don't know if you saw, we've got honeycombs over here. All right. Our guidebook is... We'll take a better look at that in a minute, but I can't deal with not looking at these cards. We've got the sun and moon, we've got our heart on fire, and people shaking hands in the middle. Get this off of here. Oh, these are going to shuffle nice. Here we have the black hole. So this deck is made, these are oil paintings. And from looking at the website, it's possible. I'm not saying that this is the case or not. But this artist and creator does make her own oil paints. So I don't know if that's what she used for this or not. I'm not claiming to know that, but... Alright, we got, looks like baby birds up here. Screaming down. But the cards are a little slippery. I'll put that one over there. So we're only looking at one. Yep. Jesus, I'm having a time. We've got block to awareness. Commitment. Be your own sweetie. This is the first, like, modern deck that I have. I don't want to necessarily say it's, like, the same thing as, like, Modern Witch or like Light Seers or something, but I feel like there's something modern about it. And I feel like I don't really want my collection like full of these, and when I saw one that was like the right one for me, I would know it. And just looking at some of the photos on the Instagram page for this, I was like, you know what? This is it. This is the one. Physical, mental, emotional. Got hugs here. Got a little dog chilling. Got the little honeycomb shapes here. Those might be in every card, actually. I didn't pay that much attention. Ooh, inverse golden rule. Do unto yourself as you would have others do unto you. Ooh. Okay, maybe all of these cards do have the little honeycomb patterns on them. Protect yourself. We've got lions. Like this one, it's so realistic. Like I can't believe these are oil paintings. But they are. So artists are wild. We cannot replace them with AI imagery. How much do you trust yourself? So again, we've got like an upside down sort of situation. And we've got the ground and train tracks here. Wait, is there honeycomb pattern? No, I don't see one on that. Okay. Stop hurting yourself. Oh. License to create. We've got this lady sitting in a seashell, almost similar to that Birth of Venus. Override starvation programs. Got the horse, the kitty. Discomfort of growth versus discomfort of harm. Ooh. I'm seeing things in the titles of these cards, just ideas that I haven't seen in other decks, and I feel like that's really quite a feat because I mean there's really only so much you can do or say, and yet this one has got some different shit going on. Boundaries, identity, will. Genuine yes, genuine no. Self-sacrifice is an ego trap. Ooh. How much do you respect yourself? I really like this card. Oh my god. The Trinity. Love is alchemy. Rebellion. No gods, no masters. Want to see the tattoo? Navigate conflict by grounding in self-love. Vulnerability and strength. Lions. The dramatic lighting on this card is very cool. Grief allowance. I do like to see a masculine figure on a card representing grief. It's just like a empty dolphin. Emotional landfill. Shit. The container. Speak your truth. Got rams in the back here. Uncensor yourself. Weird, like, sky and land fuckery. Like, is that the moon? I like that card. Airing your trauma versus healing your trauma. I don't know why I'm feeling called out by some of these cards already. Triggers as arrows. Huge fan of seeing older women in decks. I'm all about that crone energy lately. Honor your pace. Thank yourself. Tend your mental garden. See yourself. Don't try to convince people. Stay curious. Mind your ratio. Connection with the whole. You know something that I like is if you've been around watching videos and reading captions on Instagram and shit for my social media stuff, you know that there's like a horned spirit that I work with. I don't think it's like the horned god or any of that stuff. I think he's much smaller than that. But whenever there's like depictions of that, they always tend to be sort of monstrous or like these big buff like wild animal things. And while you know that's fine, I like the idea of this one just being like some guy with glasses. It sort of brings it almost, not necessarily makes it mundane, but it brings it into a more practical space. Forgiveness through repair. I wish I had that couch. Love your demons. Make room for opposites. Reality check. Is this card touching grass? Got a ruler and a magnifying glass here. Not destroying any parts. The Welcome Lounge. Kind of puts me in mind of like Polly Pockets. Committee meeting. Is that Weebles? These ones right here look like they might be Weebles. Is that one mad? Yeah. Alright, our last card is Completeness. Self-esteem, emotional availability. So, just even from looking at the card titles, I'm feeling like this is really going to be a deck centered around mental health. Which I really appreciate. Like, I feel like people try and use decks in that way, but decks aren't necessarily, yeah, this shuffles beautifully, necessarily made that way, and I do think it's interesting to see one that actually is. So we'll shuffle this, and I'll draw a card, and we'll check out the guidebook meaning for it, and see what we've got going on in the guidebook. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm not Jesus Christ. These cards are kind of slippery. It's like the kind of slipperiness that'll wear off, kind of, though. I don't know how to explain that, but, I interrupted myself and forgot what I was saying. Oh, this is like an advanced copy. I don't know if there's going to be changes. I don't know if this is identical to if you back the Kickstarter, when your deck comes in. Ooh. Grief allowance. I don't know if it's going to be exactly identical to this. I don't know if there's going to be any changes, you know, so just so that's out there. All right, we've got number 22, grief allowance. You know what? I didn't even check to see. Oh, we got 44. What? I saw someone else in another video asking, what is the deal with 44 cards for decks? Is it just like, I don't know, there's just a lot of them that happen to exactly be 44 cards. I feel like it's not an accident. Like, there's gotta be something going on with that number. Alright, we have here grief allowance. Grief is a healing process. When allowed to run its course, grief is what allows us to mentally and emotionally recover from a loss. But many of us are living in social environments that are largely incompetent when it comes to grief. Our upbringings often do not support us in learning healthy grieving skills, because expressions of difficult feelings are often seen as inconvenient to others and are shamed and suppressed. As both children and adults, it's common for people to receive invalidating messages. Don't get angry, don't cry, just get over it, don't talk about it anymore, move on, which condition us to block our grief process. Living long stretches of our lives in grief-illiterate environments leads to having unhealed losses. Our losses can be both tangible, such as people, places, our health, relationships, and tangible, ideas, dreams, and hopes, identities, possible futures. Suffering a loss and not having a chance to fully grieve it can derail your entire sense of self and ability to function in overt and covert ways, because grief is how you reorder your psyche after a loss that disrupts the old order of your reality. When it comes to common emotional and psychological struggles, including anxiety, panic, anger management issues, numbness, deep sadness, apathy, exhaustion, attachment issues in relationships, emotional unavailability, and addictions, blocked grief can often be lurking beneath them all. Unblocking the grief from our losses, both past and present, is how we get free. The stages of grief, as outlined in the research of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, include denial, bargaining, anger, despair, and acceptance. This means that going through phases of shock, disbelief, disorientation, confusion, deep sadness, rage, doubting everything, resistance, and searching fruitlessly for ways to manipulate reality to somehow undo the loss are all normal and healthy. We have to let our systems go through these processes in order to adjust to the loss and truly comprehend the new reality. And we have to let the process happen organically. We cannot legislate the pace or order in which these stages happen. Sometimes we cycle through them many times. We must flow with grief as it comes while doing what we can to offer supportive conditions. You can't get to true acceptance without going through the other stages. So you know what? I like this. This is just very... It's coming from an angle most decks aren't coming from. Does that make sense? Like, I'm sure people have intended decks for, like, healing and shit before, but something about this one feels different. I'm really glad that I drew this card, because I almost sat it to the side so that this could be the one I looked up after, and then I drew it, so looks like we are on the same wavelength. So, like I said, at the beginning of the video, this Kickstarter has not even actually officially started yet. It does not start until July 29th and runs either to or through September 1st. So it goes all through the month of August. I will put links when they're available down in the description box. This was the Local Honey Picture Box by Emily Wilcox. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.